alter ego from like local businesses or yoga studios or whatever. So I hope it doesn't ruin them or this or me for you. But we got a lot of good music, good comedy. I'll be your MC. First I'm going to do a comedy set. And I have to say that this is the first venue I've performed at that's connected to a police station. So we'll just say some of my stories take place in Colorado or Illinois. I'm just kidding. This is going to be a clean set, you guys. What does that mean? I'm not sure. We're going to find out together. Just know that if I cross any one of a dozen arbitrary invisible lines, I could be arrested from the stage. So you get a real like Lenny Bruce experience out of that. Now really what I'm going for is Kurt Cobain when he performed at MTV Unplugged and they told him not to play Rape Me, but then he played the intro just to like freak him out. So I'm just gonna be like tonguing that line, you know? Oh, do you guys say towing the line? Got a real foot crowd here tonight. That's cool. That actually works really well because I don't think foot stuff is illegal, so the police are really good with that. So the most expensive, weirdest ticket that I've gotten from the Ames PD was creating a safety hazard at a railroad crossing. And that's a very euphemistic way of saying that I got hit by a train while I was riding my bike. And you're probably like, oh my God, was your bike okay? It wasn't okay, it got pretty mangled. And then maybe you're like, were your glasses okay? No, my glasses got ran over by a train. And then maybe you're like, was the conductor okay? And I don't know, but I did learn that there are support groups for train conductors who hit people with their trains. And I kind of know what that's like. I did hit a girl with my car one time. And she like smashed my windshield in. And that would have probably been the most expensive ticket I got from the Ames PD, but it wasn't my fault. It was 2 a.m. and it was raining. And she was drunk, and she ran across the street on a red light. And I hit her with my car, and I threw her into the intersection. And I was listening to System of a Down at the time. Now, I know you can't, like, plan it ahead of time, usually. But if you're going to hit a girl at 2 a.m. in the rain, she smashes your windshield in, you throw her body into the intersection, System of a Down is like a really good soundtrack for that. And you're probably like, was she okay? I think she was. She like walked away. But back to the train thing. Maybe you're wondering, was I okay? I was pretty okay. I did break my nose and it healed incorrectly, like it was crooked. But then a couple years later, I went to a punk show in Denver. Got punched in the face, re-broke my nose, and it healed correctly. Which I think is like a metaphor for life, you know? Like, something doesn't feel right, something just doesn't fit. Well, maybe you just haven't taken the train to Denver and gone to a crust punk show and drank fortified wine with some travelers in the alley and got punched in the face in the mosh pit and passed out into the merch table. Like, maybe that just hasn't happened to fix it yet, you know? Or maybe it doesn't need fixing. I think it's frustrating when society forces false dichotomies on us. Like, did you know that some folks would have you think that women have to choose between a career and a family? And I'm like, how about neither? What if I just have like part-time jobs and a bunch of friends and a cat, you know? But that's not to say I'm a cat person. I like some cats, but a lot of times that isn't even mine. I think I'm more of a pig, toad, hamster person. I think hamsters are nature's cutest way of showing us how brutal it can be. Because, yeah, I've gone to bed with 2 hamsters and then woken up with 1.5 because one just started eating the other one during the night. And it's not even like there wasn't food in the cage, you know? It's one of those interesting instances, it doesn't happen that often, but resorting to cannibalism too early. I think that's funny. I think kind of related is a story I read one time. There's a guy lost in the desert, drank his own pee to survive, and then got rescued 20 minutes later. Which really, I think it's good, you know, sometimes we have to be pushed outside our comfort zone to try something new. And I would love a reason to drink my own pee, you know. I'm not just gonna do it, but maybe if someone in the audience dared me to. Does anybody wanna some of that? Yeah? Brian, will you bring that cup of pee up? Guys, this is a clean set. Come on. I wouldn't pee in a cup by the police station. But, alright, now I gotta check my notes. Oh, isn't it great though that we can be in this big room together, like joking about drinking pee? I feel like the pandemic took so much from us, we're just now figuring out what's coming back. And at the top of the list of things I'm hoping for is the blood pressure cuff machine at Hy-Vee. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I have pretty good blood pressure, so I think it's fun for me. But in addition to being like fun and educational, it was like my plan C, if I really needed money, I figured I could rob someone while they were using it. You could get like stuck in there, you know? It's not a great plan, that's why it's plan C. Plan A, I guess, flip picks. This crowd would be into that, right? Plan B, dentist, is that fun? I don't know. Plan C, petty crime. And if you think I have a hard time telling the difference between right and wrong, you should see me with right and left. It's not like I'm a surgeon, you know, I'm not like removing the wrong kidney. I'm just having a little panic attack in yoga, trying to figure out which arm we're doing side plank with. That and driving. So one time, I was trying to go to a ska show in Omaha, ended up in Missouri. And the only reason I figured it out, because we were at a gas station in Missouri and they had liquor for sale. And Iowa did not have this at the time. And I worked at a gas station at the time and drank a lot of liquor, so I was very like tuned into this nuance. And I don't work at a gas station anymore. I guess I would say what I missed most about it is being able to put a face to the personalized license plate. You guys all live in Ames, right? Like, it's an aggressively fine place to live. But we've got an epidemic. You know, we are like ground zero for really bad license plates. And I've done a lot of traveling. It's not this bad other places. And it's one thing to like see someone in their car and you're like, okay, that's who that is. It's another thing to just see a vehicle parked and then the mind wanders, you know? And I have to wonder how many steps removed you get from your personalized license plate before everything falls apart and you're like a different person. Like one I saw the other day, it was a big truck and it was Hog Boy with 2 eyes. And I was like, maybe that guy's last name was like Pinkman. But that was taken. And it was like, Hogman, that's close, you know. That was taken too. And then he's like, I'm 37, I could be Hog Boy. His wife's like, no, don't do it. And he like shakes her off. But for what? Hog Boy was taken too. He's like, I guess I gotta get kind of gay with it. I'll do boy with an eye. And his parents stopped talking to him. But boy with an eye is also taken. At this point, he's committed. He has to double down. He's Hog Boy with 2 eyes. That's just who he is now. I think license plates are too much pressure. You know, you have 7 characters to tell the world who you are. I think bumper stickers are way lower stakes. You know, you can say a lot of different things. Like, I have a lot of hot takes I'd put on a bumper sticker. I think ice cream tastes better when you're throwing it up. I think you're kind of a bad person if you won't pee in the shower. Lawns are dumb. I actually only have one bumper sticker, and it says, Gatorade should be thicker. But that's not who I am. You know, when you see my 97 Camry with the duct tape over the brake light, and I'm exiting through the passenger side because my driver's side door doesn't work, that's who I am. But that's okay. You know, bumper stickers are okay. I think most people are okay in that they do want to help other people. I think the communication breakdown happens because we don't have the same experiences and we can't translate that. Because, you know, if you're not poor, queer, trans, black, indigenous, an immigrant, an addict, stand-up comedian, you don't know what that feels like. And you don't know how you would act in that situation. So when you try and help, it's not coming from a place of understanding. And I think we also have to recognize that in ourselves, you know, like when we're doing things that perpetuate things. Like happened to me recently, someone said something to me that I've been saying to other people for years, but I did not know how it felt. My boyfriend and I were on a road trip in Nevada, and we stopped and there's a McDonald's, and I'm like, I'm gonna get an ice cream cone, do you want anything? And he said, no, I'll just have a couple bites of yours. That's what that feels like? Do you hear that? I'll just have a couple bites of yours. I've been saying that just willy-nilly, you know? Ouch, right? No, dude, that's my ice cream cone. But that's not the move either, you know, like why is it my ice cream cone? Because I paid for it with money I stole from some guy at the blood pressure cuff machine? You know? I think we can all like share our ice cream. And by ice cream I mean HBO login so everyone can watch Euphoria and we can talk about it. But not up here because this is a clean set, you guys. And that was mine. That might be the only one I ever do. I'm glad you're all here for it. I'm Max Power.